Welcome lads to a Q&A. It is what every YouTuber does when they're running out of video ideas really, and it's lockdown, so I thought, you know, audience interaction, and I'm bored. So yeah, let's do it. I've got these questions for my Twitter, my Instagram, and also YouTube. Please make sure you go and follow all of those. Subscribe to YouTube, my Instagram and Twitter are in the description. And if you don't do it, then I've not thought of what to say, to be quite honest. If you don't do it, then Tyler Blackett will sign a lifetime contract with Forest. And then when he retires as a player, he'll become our manager. First question from Twitter from Abdul Ali. Hope I said that right. Sign Rafa Mir, Apostolos Velios, or Adama Diakhaby. We're starting strong. We're starting a worrying level of strongness. Is strongness a word? Strength, yeah. Rafa Mir, he cannot score to save his life, even though he's doing pretty well since he's left Forest, funnily enough. Adama Diakhaby has one of the worst touches I've ever seen, and he's got pace and nothing else. Apostolos Velios, he did actually score occasionally, so probably him, to be quite honest. I think he scored our goal of the season a few years ago. Overhead kick against Charlton, I believe. Most of these questions are about Forest, unsurprisingly, but this one is from the Motor Drive, who does FIFA content. Go and check him out, of course. The player you want Forest to sign this summer, and why is it the god Palacios Esticorp? You know I couldn't pronounce that first name. Someone else has also asked this question. I don't really know who in particular I want us to actually sign. I just want us to sign players that will get us out this division in the right direction, not to League One, to the Premier League. Favourite player to play for Forest, better than Bong or with Riot? And there we go, there's the first Bong reference. It wouldn't be a Rads video without a Bong reference, would it? I mean, I'm going to say this because he literally played for us last season. Kashi has to be up there. Ben Osborne, I thought was a very good player for us. Chrissy Cohen is one of the few legends of recent times anyway. Andy Reid. Joe Lolly, what am I on about? I forgot about Joe Lolly. A Sombalonga before he became Uruguayan. Favourite F1 driver in 2021? Well, as you can tell, I like F1. And I say it every year, I'm going to follow F1 a lot more closely this year. I do for like the first 3 races and I forget about it. I don't forget about it, but I don't watch it, let's just say that. I want to this year though, I really do. It's boring, but he's a Brit. Lewis Hamilton has to be up there really, doesn't he? Yeah, McLaren have always been my favourite team if I had to pick one. Lando Norris and Ricciardo, I'd like both of those because obviously the race for McLaren. Ricciardo is one of the most happiest people I think in the world. When has he ever not smile? Favourite player in the world, so we're just talking general football. KDB is an absolute machine, okay? I think De Bruyne has to be up there. I've always liked Eden Hazard before he went to Real Madrid and ruined his career and just got injured every week. This is one of the most boring answers of all time, but Messi's an absolute legend. I think Messi definitely has to be up there. Right, we've got a load of questions here from Bray, and he's literally typing them as I'm recording this, so there may be one that I don't put in. Just pre-warning. Why is Radscast so inconsistent? Quite frankly, it's because none of us have got a clue what we want to do on Radscast, so let us know ideas in the comments below. We thought of doing a quiz. I mean, I say LJP Gaming in the comment section, did credit to you. And let us know as well if you're enjoying it, because it seems like you are. So, you know, get 2K this week or get a magic genie to make Gaitang Bong the best footballer in the world. Well, what are you talking about? He is the best footballer in the world. Did you remember to digest cheese? Boy, mate, you come up with some really strange questions. Go on a date with Gaitang Bong. I'm definitely not picking that option. Or have him seriously captain the team, playing up front in the playoff final. It would have to be the second one, because we're not going to get there anytime soon, so that's not going to be an issue for me. Why is everyone asking about Gaitang Bong? For God's sake, be Gaitang Bong and score a bicycle kick last minute for Forest to win against Derby, or be Ronaldo scoring a late 40-yard screamer to win the World Cup. Well, I'd rather us beat Derby. If Ronaldo was English, which if he was, that would be insane. I'd pick that because England would win the World Cup with a 40-yard screamer. I don't really care about Portugal. So So I'd say Bong. Chief Scout Suggestions, signings, ranked in order. Now, if you don't know, Bray has got quite a good history down the years on this channel of suggesting great players for me to sign when I do FIFA videos. And yeah, let's go through it. Erling Haaland. Now, I wouldn't have signed him now because he's overused, quite frankly. Back then I didn't know who he was, but I do not regret it in the slightest because he was mental. Yassine Adli was outrageous. Of course, we now have him back in the Forest career mode, which you'd love to see. Berisha so far has been mad for his overall. And, oh, this is harsh on Appa. Appa was a right back we signed at Portsmouth. And I'd never heard of him, but he was solid. He was brilliant. But I'd have to say last, just simply because I don't really know why, to be honest. Would you run round the whole of Nottingham for cash to come back on a free transfer? Yes, anything for cash. I'd run round the whole of Nottingham. But is there a time limit? Is there a time limit? You've not mentioned that either. You see, there's crucial things you're missing here. Would you rather score a last-minute winner against Derby for them to get relegated or Leicester to get relegated? Derby. That's the easiest question in the world. Where is your favourite place to sit in the City ground? I would say I've only ever sat in the main stand, actually. I'd love to go to like the top of the Trent end, just see like the top, you know, really, really good view. Who do you think has been the best player this season? And also, where do you think Forest will finish? No higher than 15th, to be quite honest, because even though on good form, you've seen we've not really gone up the table that much, because when you're in a mess, it's hard to get out of it, really, isn't it? Regardless of where you are in the league, because other teams will keep winning. Best player this season, it's funny really, because he hardly gets a look in, but Lyle Taylor's been consistently good whenever he's played. Joe Wall, you know, he's Joe Wall really, isn't he? Ryan Yates. People criticise this lad way too much, and he's probably been one of our best players this season. What is your favourite moment as an Nffc fan, and what is your least favourite moment? There's plenty to choose from the second question. Worst moment has to be when we lost to Stoke City 4-1. You might remember that. You may do. I don't know. You might. I forgot to answer the first part of this question, but it would have been when we beat Arsenal in the FA Cup 4-2. I think most people would say that for my age, because it's about the best thing that's happened to us in recent times anyway. No offence to you, Prem, but I don't really care about this question. What do you think of Rooney at Derby? Will he do well there? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Yeah, that's about it really. Right, Luke and someone else on Instagram have left an absolute essay of questions. So yeah, I'm going to go through this quite quickly. If you could sign one player, who would you sign? Someone's asked this already, and I basically just didn't answer it. I just said whoever gets us in the right position. So I haven't really answered it again, really. Name one player you want Forest to sell. I mean, one player, Jesus, I can think of quite a few. Tyler Blackett, Jack Colback, Gaetang Bong, Carl Jenkinson, let's narrow that one down. Tyler Blackett, because what does he actually do? If you're a Forest manager, what would be your starting 11? Right now, it would be this. Brice Samba, Ribeiro, Worrell, McKenna, Christie. Midfield, I go for Yates and Garner, and then up front on the wings, I will go for Mighton, Knockaert, Korinovic. Oh, who do I put up front? It's a nice problem to have, though. Do I have Grabs, Murray, or Taylor? I'm saying Taylor. I'm saying Taylor because I really rate Taylor. What year do you think Forest will get back to the Premier League? Oh, the amount of people that ask me that. Hopefully soon. But the way we're going, I reckon it'll be another 2 seasons at the very least. Who is your favourite League One team? Portsmouth. Hence why I did a career mode with them. Favourite player who is now retired? Well, Steven Gerrard was one of my idols. I don't really know why, but he just always was. What is your favourite Premier League stadium? It is between 2, and it always has been. Villa Park and Newcastle's ground, St James's Park that is. I've always liked both, just banging stadiums. I've always liked both teams, particularly Villa. So yeah, they're my favourite grounds. Who do you think is going to get relegated from the Premier League this season? Well, unlike in previous years, we've already kind of got a good idea who's going to go down. You look at the points between 17th and 18th. It's still normally at this stage rather tight. There's like a 7-point gap or something ridiculous. I think Fulham are drawing too many games, they'll get relegated. West Brom are terrible, and Sheffield, they're starting to pick up, but I think it's too little too late. Who do you think is going to get promoted this season to the Premier League? Well, I do think, sadly, because it's quite boring, Norwich will. Swansea are looking fantastic, hence why they battered us 5-1. I think Bournemouth need to be going up, but I don't think they will. I think Watford probably will be up there. I think, I'll blank this out, will be up there as well, because they've had a very good season, to be honest. I don't think any of us expect them to be as high as they are. I think Brentford, though. Brentford need to go up this season because they were so close last year. Will you ever do an FM series? Right now, probably not, but I won't write it off for the future. Will you do a prediction league next season? Possibly. Possibly. I know that's vague again, but maybe. It's something I could definitely consider doing. Who is your favourite YouTuber? Well, for me, it's always been about 4 or 5 people that have really inspired me to do YouTube, and it is Nffc, FNG. Kind of ironic, really, when my trim's starting to look as dead as his trim is. Vizza, I don't really watch much of him really these days because I don't watch much FIFA these days, but I've always liked watching his Burnley vlogs and stuff like that. Yeah, top lad. Barfy Boy, he's the only FIFA channel, and I mean this really, that I watch every video to right now. 2 more, I would say, Stump Peg and Villa on Tour. Both absolutely brilliant. It's a shame that both of them have recently been a bit inconsistent, but yeah, both class. Which top team in the Prem do you hate most? Chelsea, probably. No offence to Fletcher Jets and Ross, who may be watching this. I've never liked Chelsea, quite frankly. Again, a bit like with Luke, quite a few questions here from Henry. Who do you think will win the Premier League? Man City, because they're just insane. They just beat Liverpool 4-1. Kind of says a lot as to why I think they're going to win the Premier League again. What do you think of Glenn Murray so far? I'll be honest, I was one of them that slagged him off, saying, oh, he's a pensioner. He then goes and scores 2 goals within his first 2 games. Yes, okay, it was against Wycombe Wanderers, but still, he scored 2 goals, so you can't complain with that. Who do you want to get relegated from the Championship? It's not a case of want, apart from one team. Who do I think will get relegated, though? Wycombe, they're too far adrift. Sheffield, I think, will be unlucky. Rotherham is starting to look good, to be quite honest, but I just think they might be a bit unlucky as well, even though they are scoring quite a few goals at the moment. I think Derby will survive, unfortunately. I think we will. I think QPR. I think Birmingham. You never know with Birmingham, but I think Rotherham will just be unlucky. They're my 3rd team. Who do you want to get promoted? Well, someone's already asked me this. You know, just rewatch that. And in fact, the remaining 2 questions, no offence to you, have already basically been answered. So, you know. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, this Q&A. If I've missed your question, I do apologise. I try my best to get them all in. I'm going to do these occasionally. I did one about 2 months ago. I just thought I'd do it because I said I ran out of video ideas, but I've got quite a few, to be quite honest. But I just didn't really know what to make for this week. So that's why I did it. And it's been a while, like I said. If you have enjoyed, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It all means so much, everyone. Please follow my Twitter as well and Instagram, where I got these questions from as well. And yeah, next video will be on Friday, which would be another career mode video, and there'll be a stream at the weekend for Bournemouth. I can actually watch it. It's an actual watch along for once. Mental scenes. Hope you've enjoyed. Like and subscribe. You Reds.